What's going on, everyone? Welcome, Rabid here, and today I want to talk about those guys right there. So what I'm going to be doing today is probably the unspeakable. What that is I am removing the overclocks from the KS1 and the two KS2s. If we look at my temperatures right now, I am sitting, depending on the chip and stuff, from 106 to 108 degrees on the highs. That seems pretty darn high. So you may have heard, you may not have heard, I'm not really sure, but it seems like over the past month or so, there's been a pretty high failure rate going on in these KASPA ASICs. So, maybe it's just the new silicon. It does seem like it's the newer KS3Ms. Don't quote me on that. Let me know if you guys have heard anything else down in the comment section below. But it seems like a lot of hosting companies are seeing this, as well as not even hosting these anymore. So what does that mean? That means, is it due to the overclocking, which is recently fairly new? I feel there hasn't been a long time period for actual testing these miners long term to see how well it will actually handle the overclock settings. And then, ultimately we also have the chipsets there overheating since we have that monitor temperature tool there. So maybe everything does need some, thermal jobs and stuff. Obviously, I probably do got to do some thermal jobs here, but I also have them overclocked. So the first thing I want to do is run them a little more efficient, because I do want to run other hardware that is almost twice the profitability over the overclocking, because I am using an extra 1800 watts for 1.5 terahash. That works out to an extra, I don't even know, $5-6 a day or something, where I could be making $15 to $20 a day off that 1800 watts with other stuff. So I'm going to start pulling off the overclocks here. We're going to check the temperatures after and see how that is. And then somewhere down the line, I'm going to take a look at my yields. Obviously, they are going to drop, but I feel if that does add stability and long-term performance for these not blowing up on me, that's probably a big gain. Maybe we'll get lucky and see, 100 petahash fall off the network because all the ASICs blew up, and then these non-overclocked ASICs are going to be making mad amounts of KASPA. That's not going to happen. That's a lot of ASICs to fall off. I'm just lying at that point. But, ASICs are starting to blow up, and we don't know if it's a coincidence, if it's the overclocking, or if it's actually, just bad silicon or something coming out of the newer miners. Regardless, I'm not going to take the risk or anything, and I am removing them from these ASICs.
Oh, nice. Hey, guys, come here. Check this out. I'm getting some miners from Miner Bros. I bet you didn't know this. With Miner Bros, what you see is what you get. The cost of the item is shipping cost to your door, including import fees. That means no hidden fees later on, unlike the other guys, which nail you at the checkout. So what are you waiting for? Get your ASICs today. Link is in the description, and code RABID will grant $50 off every individual item.
So if you aren't sure how to actually remove the overclocking settings, it is pretty simple. There's a little reset button up there on each ASIC. All you got to do is take something small like this per se and poke that into that little thing, and you will see it actually reset and everything. You'll have to re-put in your pool and everything, or you'll be mining the Ice River's address and stuff. You don't want to do that, but all you got to do is set it up from scratch again on the original firmware. So it's a pretty simple process to actually reboot these. Now I want to look at the wall power before I actually do this. So how much power are these using? 100%. This will be a good test. So right now you can see I am at 5,200. What's going on with the focus there? So you can see what the, oh geez, oh my gosh, I'm messing up. All right, so 5,000, well, it wants to focus down here, but it doesn't know what it wants. There we go, that's a lot better, I'm learning the new camera, guys, bear with me. So 5,218 watts is what we're using. All right, so I'm gonna reset these right quick. So I'm gonna take my little zip tie piece here and push it in for about 10 to 15 seconds. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Now it's all glitching out and stuff, so I probably held it for way too long. I'm going to move on to the next one now. Let's get in here. All right, one. I'll just wait until you guys see it. Can you guys see the lights there? You probably can't see them glitching out. I'll just wait till I do see these things glitch. Oh, there we go. So the red light's turned on there. Now I'm going to move to the third one. Get it in the slot. There we go. I'm just going to wait till I see a red light again. Come on, get your thing done. There we go. So yeah, it's only like 5 or 6 seconds. So now eventually they're rebooting. The fans are going to ramp right up, and then they will be reset to their default, I was going to say BIOS here, to their default firmware, and then we won't have any more overclocking on any of these ones. I will do the KS0 Pros and KS1 sometime if they blow up. I guess it's not that big of a deal. Right now they seem to be running okay, but you know, for the most part it might be safer to remove those as well. But now I'm just going to wait here and wait for these fans. Oh, I hear them ramping down. I don't know if you can actually hear that or not because my microphone is facing towards me, not towards them. But I don't know what it's really sounding like right now. But it sounds like they're ramping down here, so they should start kicking into high gear here any second. All right, so they are now starting to ramp up the fans massively. I'm pretty sure you guys could probably hear this now. But yeah, so again, I don't know. Oh, last one here is ramping up now. So they are screaming like little mosquitoes. I got to get in there and adjust the approval parameters because I don't want to be mining the ice river for too long. They got themselves enough KASPA. All right, so everything is complete. Now you can see red lights on everything. I kind of forgot that the original firmware, everything looks like it was broken. So I'm going to put in the latest Ice River firmware as well, see if that fixes that. I can't remember if I used that before or not, but I will put in the latest official firmware. Let's just run over to the power here first to see what things are looking like. That was using about an extra 1,696 watts for around an extra 1.5 terahash or so. I do believe one of these ASICs, one of the KS2s were not overclocked because it didn't work with it. But that's what we're looking like right now. So now I'm going to go in and put in the next step, the latest Hive. I don't know what I'm talking about today, guys. I'm sorry. But yeah, so now I'm going to put in the latest firmware from Ice River, see if those lights turn off or not, and see if the power changes at all as well. Okay, so things are looking okay now. We have no fancy, crazy red blinking lights, so it doesn't look like any type of nuclear reaction meltdown here. So that's all good. Let's just take a look at the power right quick. What are things looking like? And coming into here, we're using more power than we were. We're over 3,600 watts now. So I'm actually going to let this run for, I guess, I don't know. I'm going to let it run for an hour or two. Then I'll come back. I'll check the temperature, see if they've came down a little bit. Again, that KS2 right there, not overclocked, was half overclocked, fully overclocked on the KS1. So now I am hoping that everything, you know, will be within reason. I didn't really check the temperatures or show them here because those two were good. But hopefully this did come down. I should probably just re-thermal paste everything here anyway. Summer's coming up in the next month or two, so temperatures are going to be rising. So it's probably a good idea just to do that in the first place. But yeah, so I'm back on the default stock firmware from Ice River, the latest official version. And now I'm just going to see how things look after about an hour or so. All right, guys, so it has been a couple hours and everything is still looking good. As you can see here, the lights are still green, nothing red on the KS1 over there. At the wall, our power is looking not too bad, 3,622. So again, we are still using a bit more power on that firmware, but everything is using quite a bit less power in the end. Now I'm going to wait a couple days and get some average hash rates and stuff just to see exactly how much hash I did lose. I did do a screenshot before I did shut these off, so I had an average hash rate there and estimated coins, and then I'm just going to compare that sometime in the future later on. But yeah, right now I am back to stock firmware. Overclocking is done, and that means I can add more hardware now, as I have, you know, a couple thousand watts there that I can utilize for increasing my farm and increasing my profitability. So that's pretty sweet. As for the temperatures here, we can see on the KS1 that we're about 60 to about 62 degrees or so. So everything is green. So we are definitely running a lot cooler now as well. So hopefully long term, none of these will blow up on me. You know, cross my fingers, bang, knock on wood or knock on metal right here or something. You know, hopefully none of these blow up on me because obviously I want these to last through the entire bull market, which is coming very, very soon. Anyway, guys, thank you for checking out this video. Let me know what you're doing down in the comment section. Have you heard about KASPA ASICs blowing up lately? And do you think it's related to the overclocking firmware, or is it just bad Ice River silicon? Let me know down in the comments. I will see you on the next one. Rabid out.